Hey fellow Aquas, how y'all doing? Welcome. We're going to be taking a look at your first half of December general reading here. This meditation, listen to me now, this meditation that I just had, it's got to be in like the top 5 Aqua meditations of all time, I think. I saw the image like immediately of the white horse and the child riding the white horse from the Sun Key in the Tarot. But the way that it came through, like I heard like Aquarius, like horns going. It felt like a big entrance, honey, like a big entrance. And it was just like I was blinded by the gold light that was emanating like from this horse and from the Sun Key. It was just like, oh, and very dramatic. I mean, you know. And then this kid riding it that I noticed from the Sun Key had armor on it. So it was like a little baby in a suit of armor riding this horse. And I saw it, you know, kind of make its way through these crowds of people. And then it found its way inside of it was funny because it was like a converted movie theater or a show hall. The thing that comes to mind is, I don't remember what year this was, but there was a year years ago, and it was whatever year that Eminem like made that big entrance at the MTV Movie Awards, where it started outside and then it went inside and it was like Slim Shady's. I saw that kind of theater. And then if anyone knows that reference, please let me know in the comments. It is a very niche reference. And then I saw the horse, like Aquarian Collective, like go up onto this stage. It was like a nightclub stage. And I saw it get behind the mic, and the kid on top of the horse like took its armor off, and it like transformed into what I could only describe as like a Jessica Rabbit kind of energy as the Aquarian Collective, and then started singing, "It had to be you, wonderful you." And it was just like in the whole house, like it was just like completely enraptured by this song and by the Aquarian Collective as Jessica Rabbit on this stage. And then it was like everyone was just like laser focused. And then I saw the Aquarian Collective as Jessica Rabbit walk down the stairs, and in the audience I noticed were a bunch of hyenas, which is really interesting, Knight of Wands energy. And then just walking down. And then I got this very distinctive feeling from it, that there was such a pointed focus on the Aquarian Collective, and I was experiencing it as you. And the feeling I got from it was, I felt a bit like shy, like a little bit like, oh, are you choosing me? Really? You want me for this? And it felt like I was being chosen, as the Aquarian Collective is being chosen for something. Like, you've been picked, you've been chosen. It's you. We decided it's you. You are the #1 candidate. It was like, and the feeling that I got from it was this sense. It wasn't like, yeah, obviously, or like, oh yeah, I so expected that. It was more like a surprise party where it was like, oh, really? I didn't even know that I was up for that. I didn't in a million years. You know how they get up on like when someone's accepting an award, like an award show, and it's that, you know, like, oh, I never expected this. I didn't even prepare a speech, but what's this in my pocket? Okay, here's the speech. It's kind of like that a little bit. But it feels like this very strong feeling for the Aquarian Collective of being chosen, being singled out in a good way, being promoted, being highlighted, being featured. It's something about that. And I'm hearing the quote that Lady Gaga, it's almost like a running joke because in every interview she says this, and it's like, okay. And she says like, you can be in a room of 100 people who don't believe in you, but it only takes one. It only takes one. It's a terrible Gaga impression, but it only takes one to change your life and believe in you. And it feels like that. It feels like the solitary one, like being chosen. And it feels like it might be for something, or in a way, it comes in a way that just really, you just feel so, and I can't think of the exact word, but I can feel it. It's like I just feel so like humbled or honored or just like so pleased and a little bit shy, because I feel overwhelmed with just like, oh my God, you chose me. I'm so excited to see what the cards say. I will say that there's this feeling of very much being in the spotlight around it. And so that can be a bit of a two-edged sword, because it's one thing to be chosen and step up to a greater responsibility or a new chapter or a new potential. But then there's this other side of it where being in the spotlight for a long period of time, or being asked to do something that can feel a bit like, oh, can I really do this? You believe in me, but do I believe in myself? Can require, a certain sense of like, confidence and self-belief and all of that. So it's really interesting. I'm also hearing that, wish fulfillment is an aspect of the star key, which is our key. There's an aspect of wish fulfillment that says, like, be careful what you wish for. And the reason behind that is that even when we get what we want, even if it's something that we didn't think in a million years was going to come our way, it can be a scary and difficult thing, because our confidence comes into play and suddenly we just like don't want to fail. We don't want, the choice to be like, oh, did we choose the right person? It's like, okay, you get what you wanted. Now you got to like make it happen. Interesting. Of course we'll rise to the occasion, but I feel like Queen of Wands coming in here to say, which is the Queen of Confidence, to say like, just remember, like, you got this, like, keep that confidence like well fed, right? Let's go ahead and see what the cards say. Hey, fellow Aquas. We're going to go ahead and see what your animal energy is for the first half of December. But before I do, I forgot a part of that meditation. This is a long one. The last image that I saw after the Jessica Rabbit-esque lounge singer came through the audience and passed all of the hyenas, I saw it end up like in a place where you guys were seated as the collective. And then I saw an image of the Four of Wands, and you were sitting in the middle of the Four of Wands. Like victory, happy, success. And then I saw a turtle kind of cross your path, which is Four of Wands energy. So that was the end of the meditation, by the way. I think I left out like the best part there with that Four of Wands at the end. But anyway, let's go ahead and see what your animal energy is. First half of December for Aquarius. What is going on? Oh, really? Well, I declare. So interesting. So we have the lion here. Holler at me in the comments if anyone has been with me for a time. I can't recall. I don't know if we've ever gotten the lion before. If we have, it was a very long time ago, because I do not think this comes up much for us. So I'm really happy. So lion is what? King of the jungle, right? Leader of the pack. It's very much about authority, confidence, which is interesting, strength, energy as well. Now, lion equates most closely to the King of Wands in the tarot, because it is fire energy, which is interesting with that Four of Wands that I saw at the end of the meditation. But King of Wands is brilliant. First of all, he is the master of timing. So he knows when to move, when to be still. He knows what opportunity to say yes to, what opportunity to say no to, and what opportunity to say not quite yet to, but circle back to me after the holidays. Seriously. So he's brilliant for that reason. He's also it's interesting because we saw the Queen of Wands kind of coming in for you. I felt like when you were seated around those Four of Wands, it was as the Queen of Wands. So then we have the King of Wands coming in here. So he's also the king of creativity. He is the artist king. He is the master, right? So I like that as well. And also going back to that seed of confidence and purpose, but also being the king of the jungle, so to speak. And we're talking about it had to be you and being chosen and being in the spotlight. And then we have the lion here, who is a symbol of all of those things. Really, really fascinating. But ultimately, when this is coming up as the overall energy, this is going to be a time of like, what can I say? It's interesting because I'm hearing like time to put on your big kid pants, right? And then it's funny because of that like kid that was on the white horse from the Sun Key wearing that armor and then taking it. It's interesting, right? It feels like there's a leveling up or an added responsibility or something that feels an opportunity that feels a bit scary, but in a good way, exciting, scary. Really cool. Really, really cool. Okay, what's going on? It's a 2 for 1, 2 for 1. Okay. Okay, so we have Temperance here to start off with. Now, I'm very, very, very happy to see this because we are currently in Sagittarius season, right? So whenever we see the card or the key that indicates the current season that we're in, it's always an extra nudge from spirit just going like, there's something about this season that is going to be significant for you. And I like it. I like it a lot. So Temperance is about balance, patience, and divine timing. But another aspect of Temperance is it's interesting. So with the Star Key and also the Nine of Cups being a minor arcana, we have this energy of like wish fulfillment that I talked about, but Temperance is a little bit different in that it does deal with wish fulfillment but from a slightly different lens. Temperance is an energy where you get something that you didn't necessarily see coming or expect to manifest for yourself in some way, shape, or form. Something about it is just divine in a way where it's like, oh my gosh, it's not something that you're focused on and working towards in a linear way, right? It's something that feels like a gift from the divine. It feels a bit just like it's part of a higher purpose. It's karma coming back around to you in a beautiful way, right? It's like that, which makes it, to me, it makes it even more special because it's something that is, that you haven't been and focused on, right? So when it comes to you, there's just no expectation around it. It's a gift that's freely given. A gift that's freely given. Feels like there's something in that. And it's really beautiful. And then we're looking at the season that we're talking about. So it's like, hello. We also have the sun and the moon here as well. So we have that balance and duality. And then we saw the sun, of course. So King of Cups. Now this is this is really, really fascinating. So King of Cups, traditionally speaking, is about emotional equilibrium, emotional balance. It's about being mature and making mature decisions, right? It's about having access to your, emotions and emotional information, but not allowing them to, be your only source of information, right? The King of Cups knows how to incorporate his mind and his intellect into his, emotional sphere. So that's why he's so brilliant. But I got to tell you something. Whenever we have a court card come up, right? This would be coming through as you, or it could be someone else in your atmosphere, right? I have to tell you, I don't often feel this, but I feel like this is a unique reading anyway. I feel like this is someone in your atmosphere. It's interesting. Usually I feel like it's like the sign I'm reading for because, let's keep it about the star here, which is you. But the King of Cups here, it really feels like it's someone, this is a hint around how this opportunity or whatever this is coming towards you is going to manifest. So we can take this a lot of different ways, but it really feels like this cup that he's holding here is for you. And he's looking right at you and just going like, this is only for you. Now, what's really interesting here as well is that we have all these like kind of scallywag folks like all around. They're giving me the hyena vibes from the meditation. And remember that it had to be you, like that energy. It's interesting how this is coming through. But again, when we think of water and we think of emotions and we think of, equilibrium and all of that, it really feels like there's a big hint in this for you. And I'm really drawn to the fact, so this person coming through that is repping this, energy coming forward could just fit that bill. Or it's someone who has a certain like emotional intelligence to them, an emotional maturity, could have, a water sign or something to do with like, I even hear like them saying, or like an aspect of like, I just feel like you're the right person for this, or I feel you're the best fit, or I felt like reaching out to you. Like they're following a feeling when it comes to you. And think about the words, it had to be you. That's not subtle. That's not neutral. That's not like, it could be you or you or you or you. No, it had to be you. Like, so I just have shivers. I have shivers all over my body. It's really, I feel like there's something about this that just feels like it's going to really change things up. I'm also getting a feeling that this isn't just about, I feel like this is talking about the entirety of Sagittarius season, more so than just like the first 2 weeks, because technically the first 2 weeks ends around like the 15th, but we have some more time. I think the 21st or 20th is where it shifts over to Capricorn. So there's something, it feels like it's the larger picture at play here for the Sagittarius season. But I'm really drawn to this bone and this skeleton too. There's something about this. There could be an aspect of someone that you know from your past, or something to do with something, maybe it's like work that you even did before that's now being recognized, or maybe it's someone that you met a long time ago randomly, and then they just had this feeling to reach out to you for this job opportunity, or for this I don't know, this offer, this contract, this whatever it is. This could also, I have to tell you, be a relationship thing as well, where someone's reaching out because they felt like it, and then you end up having like a real relationship kinship, because Temperance also, you know, represents souls coming together as well. And I don't just mean like romance, I mean like two souls who are meant to do work together in a given lifetime, right? Soul groups. Something about it. Interesting. Oh God, did I just, I can't remember if I said it in my head or if I said it out loud, but if I didn't, I was going to say, this is going to be a very transformational time. And then, you know, fire with the lion is transformational energy, Temperance, fire, Sagittarius energy, transformation. So we got the Tower here, which is transformation. So what's really interesting about this is that's why this feels so, why I have shivies. I think it's this feeling of like, oh my God, like this is like going to change things. This is going to like shift the course moving forward in some way, in a really positive way. But do you remember what I said about wish fulfillment, and how sometimes getting what you want brings on other issues related to self-confidence or worth or timing, or you got to juggle, you got to reprioritize to make room for this. Other things might have to be put on hold or in the background, right? It's kind of the equivalent of like, and this is just an example of like, you know, you have certain things lined up and then a pregnancy happens, or you meet someone who suddenly you want to make a lot of time for, or you get a promotion, which is going to take more time, and it's going to mean that you gotta, you know, put some other things on hold that you were planning on doing. So it's something like that, where it's shifty like that. But you know, traditionally the Tower, I always say that this is the universe being the great rearranger that it is, coming along and really moving things about in order to realign you to your highest and best path, right? But I have to tell you, with this red moon here and the starry sky and like this crumbling house, there's something about the splitting in two where I'm seeing like the paths are diverging, and you're going to have a choice whether to follow this path or go the way that you were going. I feel like this is the path that you're on, that you've been on, that you were planning on, and then this is a new one, and it's going, what? You can always say no, you can say not now, you can say not quite yet. Remember, the King of Wands. But there's something in it that you just know that it's a decision that you don't want to make lightly, and you want to give some time and thought to, right? It had to be you, baby. It had to be you. Let's get some advice. Let's get some advice. I still feel that feeling of like, oh my God, it's just an honor to be nominated. But I never thought I'd win. Yeah, it's fascinating. Okay, we got 2 for 1. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay, so for the advice, we have the Lovers, which is Gemini energy, really brilliant. And then we have the 9 of Wands, which is resilience, perseverance, and having victory because you never give up, right? So what's really fascinating about this, what's really fascinating about this with this advice, I feel like this is resonating for those of you who already feel like you have quite a lot on your plates. So I feel like when this comes along, there's this question of, can I really make room for this? Can I make time for this? Do I have the energy I need for this? Do I have the resources I need for this? Do I have the will and the strength to even take this on right now? So I feel like your advice is going, you can handle more than you think you can. So the energy is something, and I got to tell you, this is a lesson that I will probably be learning my entire life, but energy is a currency. And because energy is a currency, it means that you can spend it and receive it back, that it's something that flows, right? In both directions effortlessly. Back to that, you know, King of Wands, right? Some more wands here. So it is interesting. I would say that you have more room and energy and ability within you to take on more if this is something, whatever this is or whoever this is, that you truly like feel excited about, right? And again, it's that aspect of confidence. Can I really take this on? Do I have what it takes? Is this the right time, right? Then you have the Lovers here, which is like, hello. Do you see how this is mirroring the Tower? Can you see this? There we go. Hello, hello, hello. So with the paths diverging, so the Lovers, Gemini energy, this is about love-based choices. It's about following your heart. Hello. But it's also about, along with, you know, inner and outer duality, it's also going like, I gotta follow my heart. And if I'm here to live this one life, right, in this current, you know, incarnation, then I can look at my choices, right, love-based choices, not in terms of what's the smart move or, you know, what should I do, but rather from a place of, if I say no to this, how will I feel about it? Sometimes that can be incredibly enlightening. It's not, try to shift it if you're in this energy. Not what if I say yes and all that it's going to require of me. What if I say no? And then really sit with that and take a day and be like, okay, I'm saying no to this, and then just live in that for a day. See how you feel. Do you feel disappointed? Do you feel regret? Do you feel remorse? Or do you feel relieved? Do you feel like, yeah, that's all right? Or do you feel a mixture of both, and that's letting you know that it's not yet or not right now, right? But I'm hearing to look at it through that lens, like through that Lover's lens of going, okay, it's not just like, what if I say yes? It's what if I said no or not quite yet, right? Really connecting with your heart, because your heart is going to overtake any thoughts in your mind that go, you know, is this smart? You can't do this, or is this the smart move, or is this going to work out? And goes, but the heart wants what it wants. And you're being called to really connect with your heart around this. And another call that any hesitation you might have or fear around this could be related to confidence, lack of worth, or feeling like you may not have enough room or time or energy in your arsenal to take this on. Okay? Let's get an oracle. Let's get an oracle. Oracle for... Oh. Hello, goodbye, hello again, thank you very much. I love it when the oracle just brings it home. The Diamond Dreamer, number 6, same as the Lover's key. Material wealth, true prosperity. That is definitely a jinn or a genie, if you will. Hello, granting all of your wishes. Hello, goodbye, hello. The Diamond Dreamer, material wealth, true prosperity. This is exactly what we've been talking about. This is something that's coming to you. And it is, look at all this like gold and yellow. It is really wish fulfillment, but it is something that is part of like a karmic repayment or a soul marker moment, where it's something that really just feels like it's like, oh my God, like it had to be you. I've been chosen. It's absolutely stunning. This is one of the most positive keys in this oracle deck. Material wealth, true prosperity, leveling up. Hello. Beautiful. You know, also, you know, with this Egyptian energy, because this looks like Egyptian to me, there's also this aspect here as well of like with the Temperance energy of soul markers, soul contracts, and karma as well. So this is just something that's connected to your soul purpose, and it's coming to you because it's time. Okay? Woo! I'm so here for this, Aquarius. This is like everything. So, with that being said, I'm wishing you a very blessed first half of December. Thank you so much for being here. Please like, share, and subscribe. I would so appreciate that. Also, I have some availability left for my personal readings for my 2023 overview that I did last year. I'm offering those again if you want to take a look and see what your 2023 has in store for you. There's a link in the description box to click on if you want to grab a slot. I think I have like a handful of slots left open, and once they're gone, they're gone. So I'm so happy that you're here, every single one of you, Aquarius. You know, you guys keep this channel afloat. It's no secret. It's all about the Aquas. So thank you. I so appreciate you so much. And with that being said, just thank you so much. Thank you for being here, and thank you for being you. And be well until next time.